Welcome, seekers of truth and witnesses of the impossible, to the edge of existence. We stand today within the Cosmic Colosseum, a place that defies the laws of physics and time. Here, the floor is paved with the condensed dust of nebulae, and the pillars are forged from the frozen screams of dying suns. The spectators are not mere mortals, but the echoes of civilizations long gone and the shadows of deities who have forgotten their own names. Today, we witness a collision of two archetypes of power. On one side, we have the raw, bloody, and relentless essence of war itself. On the other, the chosen vessel of divine retribution, a man whose muscles were woven by the hand of the Almighty. This is not just a fight. This is the ultimate question of whether a god's immortality can withstand a miracle's fury. From the burning peaks of Mount Olympus, the clouds part like a wound to reveal the god of war. Ares descends not as a man, but as a storm of bronze and hate. He is the son of Zeus and Hera, the most loathed among the gods, for he represents the savage, uncontrolled aspect of battle. Unlike Athena, who is strategy and wisdom, Ares is the scream of the dying and the lust of the killer. He wears armor that has been dipped in the blood of 1,000 armies. His shield is an impenetrable wall of celestial bronze, etched with the agonizing faces of those he has slain. In his right hand, he grips a spear that thrums with a low, vibrating hum, a weapon that has pierced the hides of titans and the hearts of heroes. To look upon him is to feel an instinctive urge to flee or to kill. He is the personification of the blood-dimmed tide.
I have tasted the marrow of kings and the tears of widows across every century of your fleeting world. Why have you brought a mere mortal to face the herald of slaughter? Do you think a man of flesh, no matter how gifted, can stand against the furnace of Olympus? I am the red mist in the eyes of the berserker. I am the iron in the sword. I am the end of all peace.
Across the expanse of the shimmering arena, a lone figure stands, seemingly unimposing compared to the radiant god. This is Samson, the Nazarite. He does not wear armor. He does not carry a spear forged in a divine forge. He wears the simple robes of a judge of Israel, his long, braided hair flowing down his back like 7 dark rivers of power. His strength is not his own, it is a temporary loan from the creator of the universe. Samson is the man who tore a lion apart with his bare hands as if it were a young goat. He is the man who took the jawbone of a donkey and struck down 1,000 Philistines. He is the man who carried the massive gates of Gaza on his shoulders and walked up a mountain. His eyes do not burn with the fire of hate, but with the steady, white-hot glow of faith.
You speak of blood and bronze, yet you are but a shadow cast by a dying fire. My strength comes from the one who spoke the light into existence while your mountain was still unformed clay. I do not fight for glory, and I do not fight for the love of the kill. I am the hammer of the Lord, and today, you are the anvil.
The atmosphere in the Colosseum thickens until the air itself feels like liquid lead. Ares moves first. He does not run, he explodes. With a roar that shatters the nearby obsidian arches, the god of war leaps across the cosmic distance, his spear leveled at Samson's heart. The strike is faster than a lightning bolt, carrying the weight of a falling mountain. But Samson does not flinch. At the very last microsecond, the Nazarite shifts. The spear misses his chest by a hair's breadth, and Samson catches the shaft with a grip that would crush a diamond. The impact creates a shockwave that ripples through the arena, sending cracks through the floor of stardust. Ares looks on in genuine shock as the mortal holds the god's weapon still.
Impossible. No mortal hand has the strength to arrest the momentum of my strike. What sorcery is this?
It is no sorcery, Greek. It is the spirit of the Lord.
Samson heaves his shoulders, and with a grunt that sounds like the grinding of tectonic plates, he flings Ares across the arena. The god crashes into a pillar of celestial marble, shattering it into a million glowing shards. Ares rises from the rubble, his eyes glowing with a terrifying crimson light. He realizes now that this is no ordinary hero. He activates his divine aura, the Phobos and Deimos, the spirits of fear and panic. A dark, suffocating mist begins to radiate from Ares, designed to turn a man's blood to ice and his mind to madness. Any other warrior would have fallen to their knees, weeping in terror. But Samson stands firm. He closes his eyes and whispers a prayer, and a golden radiance begins to emanate from his skin, pushing back the shadows of the war god. Enraged, Ares discards his spear and draws a massive sword of blackened iron. He charges again, delivering a flurry of blows that are so powerful they warp the space around them. Each swing of the sword carves through the air with the sound of a jet engine. Samson dodges and parries with his forearms, the divine protection on his body causing sparks to fly as the iron blade hits his skin. The god of war is a master of every martial art ever conceived, and he begins to overwhelm the judge with sheer technical ferocity. He lands a kick that sends Samson flying back, and then follows up with a downward strike that buries the Nazarite into the floor of the Colosseum.
Stay down in the dirt where you belong, insect. You are a creature of clay, and I am the eternal fire. Your God has forgotten you in this place beyond time.
From the crater in the floor, a hand reaches out. Samson's fingers dig into the celestial stone, and he pulls himself up. His robes are torn, and a trickle of blood runs down his forehead, but his gaze is unshaken. He reaches out and grabs a massive chunk of the shattered pillar, a piece of stone weighing 50 tons. He swings it as if it were a wooden club. Ares raises his shield, confident in its divine durability. The collision is cataclysmic. The sound is like the birth of a star. The shield holds, but the force of the blow sends Ares skidding back miles across the arena floor. Samson does not wait. He sprints forward, his feet leaving deep indentations in the ground. As he reaches the god, Samson leaps into the air. He doesn't use a weapon. He uses his hands. He grabs Ares by the throat and the waist. The god of war screams in fury, punching Samson repeatedly in the ribs with blows that would liquefy a normal man's organs. But Samson feels no pain. He is in a divine trance. He lifts Ares high above his head, his muscles bulging like coiled pythons. He hurls the god downward, and as Ares hits the ground, Samson follows with a double axe handle strike directly onto the god's chest. The entire Cosmic Colosseum trembles. The very foundations of the arena groan under the pressure of the Nazarite's might.
You think your immortality makes you invincible? Pride was the fall of the giants, and it shall be yours as well.
Ares coughs out a golden mist, the ichor of the gods. He is bruised, his pride wounded more than his body. He summons his chariot, pulled by 4 fire-breathing stallions that represent the horrors of war. The horses gallop through the air, their hooves striking the vacuum of space like drums. Ares climbs aboard and circles Samson, raining down javelins of pure energy. Samson stands in the center of the storm, catching the javelins and hurling them back at the chariot. One of the horses is struck and vanishes in a puff of smoke. Ares, realizing that distance is not working, drives the chariot straight at Samson at terminal velocity. Samson plants his feet. He remembers the gates of Gaza. He remembers the pillars of the Temple of Dagon. He doesn't move. As the chariot nears, he reaches out and grabs the bridles of the lead horses. The momentum is incredible. Samson is pushed back, his heels carving twin trenches into the cosmic floor for 100 yards, but he does not let go. With a primal roar that echoes through the halls of eternity, he twists his body. He uses the chariot's own speed against it, flipping the entire divine vehicle over. Ares is tossed into the air, and Samson is there to meet him. They grapple in mid-air, a chaotic tangle of divine bronze and holy muscle. They fall back to the arena floor like a meteor, creating a new crater miles wide. In the center of the dust, the two are locked in a test of pure strength. Ares has his hands on Samson's shoulders, trying to crush him into the earth. Samson has his hands on Ares' wrists, pushing back. The air around them begins to ignite from the sheer friction of their power. The stars above seem to flicker in rhythm with their heartbeats.
I am the son of Zeus. My strength is the foundation of every empire. I cannot be bested by a man whose power depends on the length of his hair.
My hair is but a sign of my vow. My strength is the shadow of the Almighty, and your empires are but dust in the sight.
Samson begins to slowly stand up, forcing Ares' arms back. The god's joints begin to pop and crack. The sheer, unadulterated physical pressure Samson is exerting is beyond anything Ares has ever encountered, even from his brother Hercules. Samson's eyes turn into twin suns of white light. He lets out one final, world-shaking cry of "Let my enemies perish." He pulls Ares into a bear hug so tight that the god's bronze breastplate begins to shatter. With a final surge of miraculous power, Samson drives his head into the god's face and then executes a suplex that drives Ares' head into the core of the arena. The explosion of energy clears the mist. Ares lies in the center of the crater, his armor in pieces, his golden ichor staining the stardust. He is not dead, for a god cannot truly die this way, but he is broken. He is defeated. He tries to rise, but his limbs refuse to obey. Samson stands over him, chest heaving, his long hair blowing in the solar winds. The Nazarite looks up to the heavens, and for a moment, the golden light fades, leaving him as just a man again, exhausted but victorious. This battle was a clash of two different types of divinity. Ares is a god of the system, a being who embodies a concept within the world. Samson, however, is a conduit for a power that exists outside and above the system. In the logic of mythology and theology, while Ares has the advantage of immortality and combat training, Samson's strength is described as being essentially limitless as long as the Spirit of the Lord is upon him. Samson has performed feats that bypass the physical limits of the world, such as collapsing structures that should have been impossible to move. In a contest of pure, cosmic strength, the miraculous will always transcend the mythological. Ares fought with the weight of war, but Samson fought with the hand of the Creator. And so, the judge of Israel stands tall while the god of war tastes the dust of the Colosseum. This was a battle for the ages, a testament to the power of faith against the fury of the sword. If you enjoyed this epic confrontation and want to see more gods, heroes, and monsters face off in the Cosmic Colosseum, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps the legends alive. Comment below on who you think should enter the arena next. Until next time, keep searching for the truth behind the myths. Using detailed historical and mythological insights, we analyze their powers, origins, and the philosophical implications of their clash. From the burning peaks of Olympus to the pillars of the Temple of Dagon, see which warrior truly possesses the ultimate strength. Ares brings his celestial bronze and bloodlust, while Samson brings his unshakable faith and supernatural might. Who will emerge victorious in this cinematic simulation of strength and destruction?